All right, I'd like to welcome defending champion Matt McCarty here to the Media Center at the 2025 Bank of Utah Championship. Matt, we'll just open it up. What are you looking forward to here in your first title defense on tour?
Yeah, just happy to be back, and yeah, special place for me. So all the memories kind of flowing in this week, and yeah, just looking forward to giving myself a chance again this weekend. So it'll be fun.
How different has the prep been this week compared to a normal event that you're used to?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to kind of treat it like any other week. I mean, there's a few changes, 1 and 10, 18, a little different tee boxes, but for the most part, everything's kind of the same. A little cooler this year, being a couple weeks later, so the ball's not quite going as far, but more off just try to kind of do the same thing as last year, but then also, understanding it's going to be a completely different week and just kind of, play golf and roll with the punches as they come.
All right, one more for me before we open up to questions. Family, friends this week, you guys doing anything special?
Yeah, we got families coming in today, mom and dad, and yeah, we'll do dinner tonight and just kind of, be nice to see everybody and hang out, so it'll be fun.
All right, we'll open up to some questions. If you have one, just raise your hand. We can get a microphone over to you. We'll start with Lisa here on the right side.
Looking back over the last year then, how would you sum up your last year? How's the journey been? What has been some of the biggest surprises maybe? Some of the things that stand out for you?
Yeah, I mean, first full year out on tour, so honestly just a lot of new experiences and learn a lot, and I think, playing a lot of these courses for the first time is, a unique challenge in its own right, and but yeah, a little up and down for me, kind of got off to a slow start, started playing some better golf around the players, and Augusta, being in contention going into the weekend out there and having a good week was kind of, a lot of fun. And but yeah, a little up and down, a little bit more inconsistent than my last year on Korn Ferry, but felt like I've learned a lot and just kind of, proud of kind of how resilient I've been throughout the year. And yeah, been a lot of fun, learned a lot for sure.
We'll get a microphone down here in front left. Yeah.
Hi, man. I'm curious about something. After you won last year, when the girls were here in April, and Haybound Ryu won, and we noticed that you checked in and called her and congratulated her on her winning score that beat your score from last year. Where were you, and how did the call come about?
Yeah, I was in the airport, I think in Toronto, headed to the U.S. Open. So Patrick just gave me a call and wanted me to hop on, and they've been very awesome to me here, so I was happy to do it, and pretty cool to talk to her and yeah, share that experience with her.
You were also, I believe, did you play the Masters?
Yeah.
You were in contention for a while. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, kind of started off double bogey on Friday and, made 8 birdies kind of in the middle of that round and, was third to last group on Saturday afternoon, after Scottie, before Rory, and, my first kind of, weekend experience at a major, and it was a lot of fun. Honestly, played really well that day, kind of handled everything good, and just kind of finished the round a little poorly. But being at Augusta is awesome. But to hit some of the shots out there that you grew up, seeing on TV and be able to execute some of them was a lot of fun. Was
it hard to stay out of your own head playing alongside those guys?
Yeah, I mean, just a lot more people, a lot more stuff going on, but I think I handled it pretty well, and it's all a learning experience, so yeah. But yeah, definitely a different atmosphere out there for sure.
Go back right to Michael, and then we'll come back to you in front.
I'm just curious, some of the moments that maybe stood out from last year's win. Obviously, you opened with a 62, but were there any other moments throughout the course of that tournament that still stick out to you as like being really key and kind of helping propel you to victory?
Yeah, I made a couple good par putts on the front nine on 3 and 4 last year to kind of settle me into the round a little bit. But honestly, playing the back nine yesterday, I remembered every single shot I hit from Sunday last year. three putted 12, was kind of had like a nervy good par on 13, and then obviously hit that great 3-wood on 14 to a couple feet. And but yeah, it was kind of crazy how like the memories flow in, and I feel like I remember more of that round of golf than anyone I've ever played, so it's pretty cool.
And you're obviously in a position where it seemed like winning was coming relatively easily, having won, twice on the Korn Ferry Tour just recently in the past few weeks before that. I guess I'm curious what the difference in the nerves were like, knowing that you were in contention on the PGA Tour for the first time, but how much that experience winning on the Korn Ferry Tour helped you get a job done here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's it's obviously different being out here, and kind of everything that comes along with winning a PGA Tour event is, obviously heightened. But I think like being in contention and trying to win a golf tournament, no matter what level it's at, is a very similar feeling. And I think, when you're kind of, having those experiences and being able to kind of pull off them and, very recent, weeks before was definitely very helpful. And, when you're kind of just flowing like that and going, it's just easier to kind of, have that, execute in those moments. So it was nice to, be able to put myself in that position, and, very proud of kind of how I was able to manage all those, nerves and energy that day for sure.
Come back to the left side here.
Yeah, just curious about, how the Champions Suite is here, if you're enjoying that. And then tell us a little bit about the mindset of trying to defend and course conditions, and how you're feeling about, going low the next 4 days.
Yeah, Patrick and Jared, all the guys at Black Desert have been great to me. So I got a nice room this week, and I'll very comfortable, and it'll be great, and excited to be back for sure.
And then the course conditions today in the practice round, any different than last year? It is cooler, you said earlier.
Yeah, it's a little cooler. I think it's a touch firmer. It definitely firmed up on the weekend last year, but I think it's kind of got a little bit more bounce to it on the greens for sure. But basically pretty similar, which I'm, happy with. And, a couple changes on 110 and 18. 18's a lot more of kind of like a daunting tee shot, and makes that second shot a lot harder now with the tee back, an extra 20, 25 yards. So, but yeah, I can kind of more of the same. I think the rough's like a little thicker. There's not much of it out here. It might be kind of nice to keep your ball out of the lava a little bit at some points, but when you're in it, it'll be tough. So.
Playing with Mav the first 2 days, how's that sound to you out loud?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Mav's been like kind of a great, mentor. Him and his brother Scout on the bag. Das has kind of known them for a while too, but he's been, played a bunch of practice rounds with them kind of to start the year at Augusta. And actually kind of crazy, I played with Mav and Billy at the, Sony this year, second event of the year for me. So to kind of, start that way and finish, it'll be a good, comfortable group, and looking forward to it. It was a nice text to receive yesterday with the tee times for sure.
And then one more for me. Obviously, this is a special place, but your last round on tour is a career low 60 over in Japan. Was that one of those rounds where you just want to keep playing as soon after? Was there kind of clicking for you there?
Yeah, it would have been nice just coming straight here and keep it going. But, yeah, I mean, I guess got a little bit of, one swing away from 58, 59 or whatever, but it was nice just to kind of, have that after kind of playing some sloppy rounds the few days before, just to like finish that, tournament well and have some good momentum, coming into this week. So, yeah, just kind of keep doing that, and we'll be fine.
Go back to the left here.
Just curious if you've been back to Black Desert Resort since your win, and if so, what was that like kind of coming here as a tourist versus being here for a tour event?
Yeah, I've been back a couple times. I actually came back the week before the Masters, which was pretty cool. Like, nice to be back and just kind of get the good vibes going, especially leading into that event for me. And then I was here, a couple months ago doing some media stuff with them as well. So it's, it's a special place, and just like an awesome place, to vacation as well. And, come back without having to play a golf tournament was fun as well.
All right. Any more questions for Matt? All right. Thanks for the time. Best of luck this week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.